It was really unusual. Nobody ever really texts you and asks you to come home, you know, especially your neighbor. And I kept thinking a million different things, you know, like what could be going on. And
Crystal Davis was driving to the grocery store September 4th, 2012, when she got a text from a neighbor telling her to come home.
I got home, and when I did, there were 2 troopers in my driveway. They told me that Wayne passed away.
Crystal's husband, Wayne Davis, was a sales, profit, and operations coach for the Burger King Corporation. He had worked for the company along with his parents, who owned several franchises since he was a teenager. That morning, Wayne was traveling from their home in Flint, just outside of Tyler, to a franchise in North Louisiana. A distracted driver crossed into his lane and hit his Chrysler 200 sedan.
Wayne was the primary breadwinner. That was important for him as my husband to have that, and it gave me a lot of time to spend with our children.
Crystal Davis's husband was among the 81% of Texas workers covered by workers' compensation insurance. The young widow would soon discover that even when a company does carry the insurance, there are no guarantees that the family of a worker who dies will see the benefits of such plans. The insurance carrier in this case would not talk to us, but insurance companies in general say each injury case is different. They say the system works to treat families fairly and helps most Texans hurt on the job. But workers' advocates say the system is designed to favor employers, and that Crystal Davis is hardly alone in her fight.
Well, you're Popeyes, girl.
Crystal, who was primarily a stay-at-home mom, had no idea how she would provide for their then 5-year-old son, Cash, and 1-year-old daughter, Lucy.
I just get a book.
Wayne's mother encouraged her to contact the Texas Workers' Compensation Division about benefits that her husband might have qualified for through Burger King. From her research, she figured she might be eligible to be reimbursed for his burial expenses and for replacement income. So she immediately started working to file a claim for the insurance benefits. Ace, Burger King's insurance company, denied it.
It's such a twisted system to weed through. It was just a constant battle to get anything.
Crystal had to prove that her husband's fatal injuries occurred in the course and scope of his job. To her, it seemed obvious. Wayne worked out of their home, but his position as a trainer required him to travel 80 to 90% of the time. When the wreck happened, he was on his way to a Burger King in Coushatta, Louisiana. But the insurance company argued that Wayne had deviated from his route on the day he was killed and was not in the course and scope of his work.
He had just passed away, and we're still waiting on, you know, first check and living off of Social Security and savings. And so, you know, you're just emotionally drained, you know, hoping that, you know, what is right will actually, you know, happen, and that, you know, your husband who worked so hard, you know, won't have to, you know, his family won't have to go through that.
With the help of an ombudsman from the Office of Injured Employee Counsel, Crystal prepared for a benefit review conference at the Texas Division of Workers' Compensation on January 3rd, nearly 4 months after losing her husband. She pulled maps to show his route that day, as well as an email exchange with his supervisor discussing the trip that he would make in a company car using company gas.
You're talking about a man that worked and worked and worked all the time, you know, and to take that from him, and, you know, the workman's comp to kind of fight it, you know, they don't know him personally, but we did. You know, we do. We know him. And he worked all the time.
3 times the Division of Workers' Compensation ruled in Crystal's favor and said she should receive payments from the insurance company.
I was very relieved that, you know, that we did win, and that, you know, Wayne would be proud, and Wayne would know that he worked, you know, for something, and that justice was served, you know, in a sense.
The insurance company sued Crystal and her 2 children, seeking to recoup the $787 weekly payments she had started to receive and stop all future payments. The company again claimed that Wayne was not working when he died. We reached out to Burger King and Ace American Insurance. Both declined to comment on the Davis case.
Her question is why? Why are they doing this to me? And my answer is, it's so black and white, Crystal, that I don't have an answer for you. I don't know why they're doing this to you, other than the fact that they can.
Whedon said that Ace is hoping the courts will set precedent with Crystal's case by limiting the company's liability and narrowing the circumstances in which employees are considered to be in the course and scope of their employment.
When you have to fight, for your husband who passed away while working, just to stay, above water, I think that the policymakers really need to think about that and what matters. Why there is workman's comp and what's the main purpose of it.
For Crystal, the purpose is to give her kids the life their father had worked so hard to provide. Now, she's focused on preparing for yet another battle with the insurance company, a trial in September, the same month that will mark 2 years since Wayne's death. Reporting in Tyler, this is Alana Rocha with the Texas Tribune.